I missed just the beginning, but you'll still get the conversation.
A way out of here.
Focus on one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
What is there to focus on except that we're stuck inside a magical bubble for all eternity?
How about your share of the camp setup? Less worrying and more unpacking, please.
That was him expressing his nervousness that we told him to talk to her about. Unless these conversations just happen regardless, I feel like all of them happened after I brought something up. So let's talk to Lane real quick.
A crafter is only as good as their tools, they say.
Glad we're starting to upgrade the camp, then.
Very much so. There are alchemical formulas I simply can't create for you without the right alembics and specifically treated crucibles. Once I have those, we'll be set. Many of the plants and minerals I'm after are within safe distance of the camp, so I'll be able to gather them myself.
That's just saying if we upgrade Lane, we get better potions.
Color me delighted that we're starting to restore our capabilities around the camp. When the time comes, I'll work with Casmin to create some new tools here.
Then we can start weaving more intricate strands into my mantle, right?
Yes. You harvest, I'll weave, and we'll have you channeling such magics.
Thanks, buddy. So the mantle is my scarf, to anyone who doesn't know. That's where my magic is coming from. And yes, obviously, if we want to upgrade to get better magics, I don't think I can use magic in camp. I cannot. If we want to upgrade to get better magics, we gotta focus on. Well, it's a lot harder than that. Oh man, I'm remembering Civil War flashbacks. Okay, Sola. Owning the Edge. Oh wait, I didn't read the mission brief. Honing the Edge, consult with Sola about the present Casmin mentioned. After restoring some of our smithy's capabilities, Casmin let me know Sola had a present for me. So this is going to be a very small mission if I remember. It's just...
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you. We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials. They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
Alright, so my sword is the priority, but what else can we do?
Can you also reforge armor? Improve my bow?
Sure can. Weapons or armor, we can rework them with different materials as you prefer.
Sounds good. Should I reforge or prioritize new gear?
What's the key difference between reforging my gear and just making something new?
If you want gear that does something fundamentally different, make something new. For instance, there are fabrics, metals, leathers, and so on that are highly resistant to heat. A suit of armor made of a combination of those would have been incredible against the Drake you faced in the Veil's shadow. If you don't need something additional, and just want to improve what you already have, that's when you reforge. Keeps the clutter down in the caravan.
Well, also keeping the clutter down in the caravan is upgrading your guys' stations. So what kind of improvements?
What should I expect from a reforged sword?
It depends on the materials we use. Some hold edge better, making your swipes that much more deadly. Others make your gear lighter, or, for something like armor, change the way it handles heat and cold.
Sounds good.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
And then she gives us items to do a full level upgrade, reforge, I mean, of our sword. So the way it works is you don't destroy anything, you take it out and replace it. So. Oh, and the sword is sword and shield. They use the shield. Kind of tripped me up at first, because like, what? Where's my sword? So we're going to use... The only one we can do at the moment is this one. So that'll give it a +4 to its power. We can get a extra +5 with some cobalt iron. We use an ironwood for another extra 4, and a red cotton. Let's see, if they all give a 1, then I might as well choose the one that's not going to cost me anything, right? Just use this one.
Classic design here. There you go. Not just good as new, better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible to work with whatever we've got in the caravan. Once you have everything we need, we'll forge the patch here.
And that finish is off, owning the edge. Oh, we missed that because Lane's so far away. All that is left is these 2 main missions. So we'll go ahead and get started on those.